following events were recorded as they happened at the Hospital for Sick Children in Toronto. On this episode of Life's Little Miracles, Amy's brain tumor, Emily's eye repair, Lindsey's trip to the ER, and David's kidney transplant.
I have like 6 days to the transplant right now. And I'm a little scared.
17-year-old David Hesser is suffering from kidney failure and needs a transplant to survive. His father, Bob, has undergone tissue testing and has been given preliminary approval to donate a kidney.
Apparently it was in a file called transplant before.
Transplant surgery has potentially serious risks for both the recipient and the donor.
Yeah, I guess from the outside, if you're not involved in this situation like we are, it maybe seems like a big decision, but it's a simple decision. And I say to other parents that when you're in that situation, it's a no-brainer. It's very simple. And I feel really fortunate that I'm a match and I can help.
Today, David and his father will have their final blood work to confirm the match and make sure it is safe to go ahead with the transplant.
On the count of 3, okay?
Okay, 1, 3, right?
1, 2, 3, and a little ouch there.
So now we just squeeze, right?
I have like 6 days to the transplant right now.
Don't want to hit it with this there.
And I'm a little scared.
Final blood work results will be ready in a few days. "18-year-old Amy has been diagnosed with a brain tumor.
Get up at like what time?
I was having sore backs, headaches, my legs got numb lots.
I guess we found out in February, but they were actually checking her for a back problem that she has, and the brain tumor was incidental. We didn't know she had one.
My friends are, they more freaked out of it than I am.
One of your friends said they're going to shave his head too.
Yeah, my friends said if I had to go bald, they were all going bald. I almost want to go bald just to see that.
Amy needs surgery to remove the tumor and travels from her home in Northern Ontario to the Hospital for Sick Children.
Well, you can be back home in 2 days, Amy, or what?
Saturday the latest.
Saturday at the latest.
No, he said 10 days. He said up to 10 days.
The operation is complicated by the tumor's dangerous proximity to the area controlling movement on Amy's left side. And until the tumor is removed, doctors won't know if it is cancerous, posing a further threat to Amy's future.
She's changing too.
Hi, Amy, how are you? Nice to see you again. Today we plan to find out what this lump is that's causing some of your problems. As you know, you've been having some headaches and feeling unwell, having some strange sensations, and we think it's all related to this tumor that's there. The problem is more its location and where it is in the brain, because it seems to be very close to the part of the brain that controls your leg movement on the left side. So we think the only concern or risk that you need to be aware of, and I mentioned this to your parents, was the risk of some weakness to your leg. During the surgery, we plan to take a small portion of the tumor and give it to the pathologists so that they can tell us what they think it is. Very good. Okay.
Thank you.
Amy's family takes her to the OR waiting room. Until David gets a new kidney, he must undergo dialysis to clean the toxins from his blood. If all goes well, the transplant will go ahead as scheduled in 5 days.
Okay, I'm just going to ask you if you have any kind of particular questions. Moy said something about you being worried about how well you're going to sleep the night before.
Yeah, in the morning, I'll be very nervous, like last time.
You were nervous
have
getting
this,
that in?
and my legs were shaking off the table.
Okay. Do you want something the night before to help you with sleep?
Yeah, I guess.
We'll talk about it again on Monday. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're getting more anxious, of course, but I'm surprised, actually. I think we're both relatively calm at this point.
Yeah.
We'll probably be different Monday.
Have you ever stayed overnight in the hospital for 8 years?
Never had an operation. This is a new adventure.
Never been in pain. So you know that Dad goes first?
Yep.
And you go afterwards? But you probably won't see each other much that morning anyway, because you're in totally different places in the hospital.
I guess what we have to hear today is that the cross match that was done yesterday is positive. So that's the final kind of hurdle that will mean that it is a definite for Tuesday.
Okay, have a good weekend.
Thank
I'll see you on Monday.
Amy waits to be taken to the operating room for brain surgery.
Hi, I'm Tanya. One of the nurses. Nice to meet you. Amy, right? Yeah. Hi, Mom.
Hi.
Hi. So we'll go out that way and we'll meet anesthesia in the room.
Right now?
Yep. Okay.
Okay. Oh, sorry, sorry, don't.
See you in 2 minutes.
Yep.
Don't go.
I'm going.
Okay, I'm here.
Where am I going?
Oh, this way. Okay, so this is our room here. We're going to D. Here? Yep. Come on in. We'll go around this side again.
Okay, guys, we're ready to start. So at the moment, we're going through the scalp and multiple layers. You need to open that up a little bit more, Ash, here. So have the scalp edges full apart. Right down there. So. Very nice. I'll just wipe the skull clear, and what you're seeing is the skull. So, T is standing for tumor. We have a very big vein that's coursing in this direction that we have to be very careful to avoid. Let's get some wash ready. Now these can be big holes, Ash.
Damage to Amy's vein could cause uncontrollable bleeding.
Do you know what it normally is?
David's father has been confirmed as a match. The transplant will go ahead in 24 hours.
Are you nervous?
Maybe.
Actually, believe it or not, your operation is going to be harder on you than his operation is on him.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because the cut that you undergo is just below your rib cage, and it every time you breathe, it reminds you. So, Mr. David, are you all set for this adventure for tomorrow?
Yep.
You probably will end up going to the intensive care unit after for just the 1 day, and then you'll be back up again here the next morning. When you wake up, you should be fairly comfortable. Dad's going to be having the harder time. You'll have the easy time of it. All right?
I don't think my dad can handle the pain. It's kind of weak.
I'll show you.
So we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
All right.
Thanks.
See you tomorrow.
Yep.
Good.
We like having competitions, and he's a Leaf fan, and I'm a Montreal Canadiens fan. So we typically banter back and forth like this. So we'll see who wins the Stanley Cup.
Amy has been in surgery for 2 hours. Her brain is exposed to access the tumor.
This is the motor strip of the brain here controlling the left hand. Sensory strip is back here. The tumor which we're about to remove is right here.
Doctors begin to remove the tumor, taking care to avoid the area controlling movement on Amy's left side. David's father will be the first to go into surgery.
Sleep. So you feeling all right? Yeah. So we've got a couple of tough days and then it'll be fun. Okay. So I doubt I'll see you tomorrow, but Wednesday for sure. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Good luck.
You too. Good luck.
Okay, the knife, please. Right down to the rib. You got a large knife, yeah.
Yeah.
A bit more, another centimeter.
Amy's family waits for news from the operating room. Doctors continue to remove her tumor.
We believe now that we've resected almost all the tumor.
Irrigate a few more times and then we'll be able to close.
You ready to close?
Yeah, we're going to close now.
No, you're smiling.
Yes, everything went great. We approached the tumor from the right side. It clearly had different texture and consistency than did the surrounding brain around it, and we removed it. The final pathology, that is what type of a tumor it could be, will become available to us shortly, but it won't be available today. I did prepare you in the event that she has some weakness in her leg. That would be, in my view, the most likely risk that she's had and the complication that she could suffer from.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Doctor, thanks a lot, Dr.
Very welcome.
Rutka. That's been a long, long day.
It sure has.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll talk to you then after I see how she wakes up in a few hours. Okay? Very good.
Is there any chance of this tumor coming back?
Let's find out what it is first. But from my experience, it doesn't look like that kind of a tumor. Okay? Very good.
Oh, that's good.
Big relief there. Feel like you just got oxygen?
Yeah. Hey, Mima. How you doing, chum?
My head hurts.
It's gonna be okay. Everything will be good, they said. Did you know that? Did you leave? It's okay, chum.
I have a bad headache.
I know. It's gonna be okay. Oh, you did good, chum.
Okay, let's go home.
One more day.
Like my hat?
Do we like your hat? Yeah. Oh, jeez. You did good, chum.
Yeah, you did real good, Mima.
Amy will be moved to the neurology unit overnight. David's father has been in surgery for 1 hour.
My name's Louise. I'm going to be bringing you into the operating room. You nervous?
Yeah, and
A bit.
Well, they're all waiting for us to go. So why don't you smooch all around and we'll go?
We did our smooches already.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey. You're playing.
See, Dave, don't worry. Talk to them.
So this is your room. You don't need a mask, but we have to wear them, okay, David?
Dave, I'm just going to give you a little bit of relaxed medication we talked about, okay?
But you're gonna go off sleep soon, okay?
Sweet dreams, darling.
We all set? Okay, we're on.
David's abdomen is exposed to make room for his father's kidney. Although his own kidneys are failing, they will not be removed.
How are they doing next door, guys? Yes.
He's going to be at least half an hour.
At least half an hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold this up. You work at clearing the kidney.
Meanwhile, David's father's kidney has been exposed. Doctors now begin to clamp major veins and arteries to get ready to remove it.
I'm right on the aorta. Okay, stabilize these, please, Frank. Okay. Just hold still. Don't let any clamps go.
A misstep at this stage could result in catastrophic bleeding. Seven-year-old Lindsey has had an accident at school.
Oh, I got the phone call from the school telling me Lindsey fell at recess.
Her parents have brought her to the hospital's emergency room for treatment.
Well, Lindsey is the 7th of 7 children, so we come here a lot.
Hi, Lindsey. Hi. So what's happened to you?
I banged my head on the gentle gym.
Okay, let's take a look at your forehead. Okay. Oh, sorry. Oh, dear. Oh, no. So what was fun at school today before hitting your head at the jungle gym?
Playing with my friends.
Playing with your friends. Okay, what kind of games do you like playing with your friends?
Mermaids.
Mermaids? Okay, but is there any water around?
You pretend.
You pretend, okay. I like pretend games too. Tell me if it hurts when I press on it. Does it hurt?
A little bit.
A little bit, eh? Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna send you for an x-ray, and then you're gonna come back and I'll fix that up for you. Does that sound okay? All right?
Yep.
Oh. Who wants to come with you?
I'll come.
All right. So we're just going down the hallway.
Okay, I'll stay here.
Okay, hon, if you lie on your back, you head at that end, okay?
Lindsey needs an x-ray to determine if her skull has been fractured.
Okay, so your job is to stay very, very still like a statue, okay?
Transplant surgery has been underway for 3 hours. David's father's kidney can now be removed.
Kidney coming up? Just stabilize those clamps, Frank. I'm moving with the kidney. So now we will take the kidney out. And we will rapidly cover this kidney with ice.
I'm going to cover it with ice in here and slush to keep it nice and cool. Okay, I'm ready to go, guys.
The kidney is moved across the hall to David's operating room.
There's the baby.
24 hours after her tumor was removed, Amy is assessed by neurosurgery.
Wow, look at you sitting up today. How was the night last night?
Tough.
Yeah, the first night after surgery like that is always the worst. Couldn't just lie down in bed for a second? I want to see these feet of yours because we were very worried that we caused some weakness in your foot. So now hold the feet up like that. Yeah, and don't let me pull them down. Okay, hold this one. Good. Now push down. Wow, you are strong, huh? Look at that. She's looking so good, and as long as her headaches aren't too bad today, we can take out the intravenous and start getting her up a bit more.
See how you do tonight, Amy? That's the big one.
I'm not complaining of nothing.
All right, everybody. See you soon.
Bye.
The x-rays are normal.
Okay, so what we are going to do is, looking at this cut, so we are going to put one stitch right here in the middle so that this particular part goes, right there. Right. This part should go this way and this part should go this way. And this should come together quite nicely. So you are going to be as beautiful as ever. You are in the hands of the expert now.
Close your eyes for me. Keep them closed.
So now it's gonna feel a little prickly, okay? We're gonna put some freezing in so that when I put in the sutures, it doesn't hurt too much, okay? You ready?
Squeeze your mom's hand.
Oh, you're such a good girl.
Mommy's right here.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Okay.
That's okay.
Mommy's got
You okay?
Okay. Nothing after this.
We're just gonna make this look as nice as we can. So when you play mermaids with her friends, it looks pretty. Okay? There we go. Just wait a little while, let you catch your breath. You're doing so well. You're such a brave girl.
Lindsey's cut can be stitched once the freezing takes effect. David's father's surgery is complete.
Oh, hey.
Hi.
I'm so proud of you.
Thanks. Hi, Billie. Thanks for coming.
How do you feel?
I feel pretty good. It's sore, but it's just like low-grade pain right now. Feels good. So, how's Dave?
Well, we're still waiting.
Yeah.
But they said your kidney was great, and but all we know is that they're, working on getting it in right now. So. Oh, you look so happy.
Oh, I'm really happy.
Okay, I think we're ready to go. So just going to do that. Okay, keep it in the ice. We are now ready to sew and tie in the two ends of the vein down over the two ends of David's vein. Okay, lift the kidney out of the ice. And now you can start the clock. Okay. We only get 30 minutes to do this. The kidney cannot be out of the ice for more than 30 minutes. So the clock is always against us. The time works against us. Perfect.
If the team cannot complete the transplant in 30 minutes, the kidney could die.
Okay, 11 bleed. 6mm punch.
I get the punch.
David has been in surgery for 5 hours. Doctors have just moments left to connect the kidney.
Kidney feels nice and cold still, which is good. Put some heparin seed instead of suctioning.
30 minutes.
Last stitch. We're in business.
The team will now remove clamps to see if blood will flow into the kidney.
Take the venous clamp off. So we can see the kidneys turning very nice and pink. Well, the kidney looks great. Looks perfect. You see this? Look at that. This thing is pouring out urine. Look at that beauty. That tells you everything's okay.
Once the kidney is connected to the ureter, the transplant will be complete.
Hello.
Hi.
We're all done. Things went well, really well.
Yeah?
Yeah, and David's doing very, very good. Kidneys worked already.
Yeah?
Great. Yeah, it's put out urine, lots of urine. And we just did an ultrasound on David just to check that the kidney looks good inside, and it looks very good. Yeah, I'm very happy. Good.
Thank you.
Okay. Very good. Okay, guys. So I'll see you later, huh?
Yeah, great, thanks.
Bye.
Get your mom's here, honey. Hey, Dave, open up. Let me take a peek. Hi, sweet. How you doing, Dave? It's me. Went good. Went really good. Your dad is good. Your dad is good.
David will remain in the critical care unit overnight. Lindsey is ready to get her stitches.
I'm gonna put a green towel over your eyes, okay? Now we can suture you up and then we'll be finished. How are you doing?
Good.
Very good. Doing an excellent job. So what are your friends' names, your mermaid friends?
Emily.
Uh-huh.
My sister Amy and Casey.
Oh, your sister's part of the team too. Oh, how old's your sister?
7. We're twins.
Oh, you're a twin. Okay, just gonna do a little bit of trimming. We're all done. And it should heal really well.
Oh, great
You
legs.
did amazing.
Wow.
Finally, eh? Well, this is just a bit of polyspore. You probably have some at home.
Yep.
And you can just apply it once or twice a day, and you can just monitor for the things Dr. Schuh said.
Right.
Increasing redness, pus coming out, or pain that seems to be getting worse.
Right.
She's uncomfortable because it is bruised. You can give her some children's Tylenol, Tempra, and that should be fine.
Yeah.
I'll give you an extra to take home, okay? So you're all set. You did wonderfully, okay? Good girl.
As long as the cut heals well, Lindsey's stitches will be removed by her family doctor in a few days. One-year-old Emily was born with a weak muscle in her right eyelid and is unable to fully open it. An earlier operation was successful, but the condition has recurred.
Grundy. When she was born, it was completely closed, and it stayed that way for a couple of months. So I kind of asked if I could get a referral to an eye specialist. They sent me here. Dr. Pashby saw her on the Monday. He did the surgery on the Tuesday. He said it was serious, and it was great. It opened right up, but he did tell me that it could drop again in some cases, and she was just one of those kids that it dropped again. So he wants to fix it.
Today, Emily will once again undergo surgery to repair her eyelid.
Well, and how's Emily this morning?
Great.
Hey, all ready to go? Ready. Hey, are you all ready to go? Okay. We talked at length in the clinic about what we hope to do. Try to raise that lid high enough to not interfere with Emily's vision. We'll make 2 little tiny incisions just above Emily's brow. There'll be 4 tiny little incisions just spread across the lid just above her lashes. And we will suspend it with a piece of mersaline suture to the brow muscle. So when Emily uses those brows, as she does on the left side, we hope that she'll be able to raise that lid to match it up with the other side. So it's a congenital problem. She's a beautiful, healthy little girl in all aspects. We just want to try to make her a little more perfect. And Emily says, let's get going. Hey? Thank you. Hey, see you, sweetie. See you in a few minutes.
2 days after Amy's brain surgery.
How are things?
Good.
So, how was last night?
They were good.
Was it better than the night before?
1,000 times better.
Good. So what we thought we'd do today is to take off your head dressing, right? And then negotiate a discharge home. How does that sound? Would you like to get home soon?
Today.
Okay, let's just see how things look.
Feels like Christmas.
It doesn't it? Oh, well, yeah, that's right. Try to do this as gently as possible. Yeah. Thank you, Aurelia. That's great. There it is. Well. All right, and just turn your head this way a little bit. It looks fabulous. Looks really good. We'll let you go home, right? Okay. Get your things together, and we'll plan your discharge. This is just the second day after surgery, so you're going home well before the pathology report and everything else is available, which is fabulous. As soon as I know what the report is, we'll let you know, and we'll see you back in the clinic in about 4 to 6 weeks' time.
Ugh.
Yeah.
You're having a bad hair day.
They were gross.
Good. All right. All the best to you. Take care, Amy. See you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Can't see, I've got Don King hair.
Well, you can't even see it.
Don King.
Holy smokers.
Amy will return for a checkup and pathology results in 1 month. 1 day after transplant, David remains in the critical care unit.
How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel better than before on dialysis right now.
That's great. Things went really well yesterday. We're very happy. As soon as we hooked that kidney up, it just poured urine, and it hasn't stopped. It was the floodgates open. That's great. Yeah, you did well. So, how's his pressure doing, Rachel? Is his blood pressure okay?
I just started looking at numbers. I've been chatting with them.
Because, I mean, that's the only thing we need to be concerned about, is that your pressure doesn't start creeping up. When we put those two arteries together, one was a bit smaller than the other. So we want to make sure that all the parts of the kidneys are well perfused with blood. Because if part of the kidney doesn't get enough blood, what it will do is it will trick your heart to increase your blood pressure up. And we don't want that to happen.
One day after the transplant, David's father has been moved to the urology unit.
All parents can remember the euphoria of their children being born, and it's like that and maybe more, that we kind of traveled through this adventure together. It's a great feeling. Yeah, October 8th is a great day. That hurts.
He is ready to visit David, who is stable and has been transferred to the transplant unit.
Hey, David. Hi.
How are you?
Good.
You feeling all right?
Yeah.
How's your wound?
It's okay.
Yeah?
They did an ultrasound on it.
Yeah?
It hurt quite a bit.
To do the ultrasound because they had to rub it, eh?
Yeah.
You look great. Look really good.
I had it especially made.
The OR team is ready for Emily.
You're just gonna know. Well, that's it, Pumpkin. Are you gonna come with me? Yeah. 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 Oh, come and give Mommy kisses.
Mommy's hugs.
Yeah.
And I'll see you later. You be a good girl, okay?
So Dr. Pashby will expect to see you in that room, the parents' waiting area?
Yeah, Mommy's dad. It's okay, Pumpkin.
Okay. You're just a hand.
I'll see you.
You're just a hand.
Bye-bye.
Emily, she knows something's up. Emily, come on, let's go. Let's go. Come on, baby. Come on. Oh. Okay, Suzanne will show you. Okay?
Oh, yeah, no.
We'll just quickly go. Bye-bye, Mom. Say bye, Mom. Hi. She's such a good
Okay. This is a repeat. We did a sling on this little girl about 4 months ago. She had a severe neurosurgeon, and she's much better, but not quite as high as I wish she was, or as mom. So we'll just treat this as a brand new case.
Doctors will raise Emily's eyelid by using sutures to lift the weak muscles up to her brow.
So what we're going to do now is try to go deep to the frontalis muscle in this child, down to the periosteum, and then we're going to try to come out as close as we can to our marks. I'm going to try to come back into the same mark if we can. So the girl's got a prominent brow. It's hard to get up in front of her brow with the needle. Pretty close there. We may have to make just a little nick with the blade.
1 week after the transplant, David has a setback. His blood pressure has skyrocketed.
We weren't expecting it. We knew there would be ups and downs, and that there would be good news and bad news days. But this was a worse day than we had expected. Started Saturday night, and then through Sunday, his blood pressure was elevated for an extended period of time. 170 over 115 range for a long period of time. And there were lots of people working on him at the same time. It was really tense.
I just want to kind of review a little bit about how things are going today compared to on the weekend. The biggest issues, I think, on the weekend were your blood pressure, which was giving you headaches and chest pain and making you feel nauseous. I think a lot of what that was related to is that you've gotten all that extra fluid in to try to make sure your kidney was getting lots of fluid, but you were putting it in your legs, and then it started to come back into your blood vessels, and then you got into trouble with blood pressure. The x-ray that we did yesterday, your heart on that is a little bit big, which says that you have too much water in your body.
There's water in my heart.
Well, there's water in all your blood vessels. Okay, the water went into your legs, the water's going back into your blood vessels, and one of the ways we can see that is by looking at the size of your heart. We've gotten rid of some of the fluid. I think there's still a little bit to go. And we've got you on a couple of different blood pressure medications. And now we're in the question of, is his blood pressure high because of water, or is his blood pressure high because of the fact that he's on prednisone and the other medications that he needs to be on to not reject the kidney?
The transplant team will continue to juggle David's fluids and medications to get him stable again. Emily's eyelid repair has been underway for 1 hour.
Just being in a mall or a store, some people can be really rude and they'll just come up and go, ooh, what's wrong with her eye? And that just upsets me. So I want her to look good for herself, not now, but for her self-confidence when she gets older.
What we'll do is try to pull up on that lid. You can see we've got pretty good height there.
Doctors have completed raising the eyelid.
So I think the contour is okay. We're above the pupil, so all this puffiness, I think we'll see that will settle down pretty nicely. Cut again, fairly sharp. So what we'll do now, we will take the drape off and we'll clean up this little girl. All right.
I just want to see her now. Watch, this door's going to come towards you.
Emily will return for a checkup to ensure her eyelid continues to heal. 2 weeks after transplant, David's fluids and blood pressure have stabilized.
Last week I've had a bit of high blood pressure, but not too high. Like I've been feeling really well. Walking a lot. This is all my medication.
David must now cope with a regimen of drugs, along with their side effects.
I take like 48 pills a day at all different times, like 3 a.m., 8 a.m., breakfast, 10 a.m., 12 p.m., 6 p.m., 8 p.m.
David will have to take anti-rejection medication for the rest of his life. 1 month after her surgery, Amy returns to hospital for a CT scan to ensure the entire brain tumor has been removed.
No. Any heart problems? No. All right. I think it should come and hop up on the table here. Just lie down with your head. Okay. Just close your eyes there for a minute. Okay, so just hold really still. We're going to take 3 sets of pictures. With Amy, we're just looking to make sure that everything's okay. There's no bleed, there's no
residual effects of whatever she had. So the radiologist will compare it to the previous scan.
Amy will return tomorrow for results of the CT scan and the pathology report on the tumor. Three months after her eyelid repair, Emily will be seen by her surgeon.
And how's Emily?
Excellent.
Hey, how are you, cutie? Well, it looks as though we made some headway there with that bed. And I think probably what we'd like to do is just leave her without any medication or treatment at all. Just give her all the love she needs and treat her like a normal little girl, which she's, look at that smile.
I see that.
And I probably would just like to have a peek maybe a few months down the road. You know if there's any difficulties or problems that we are available.
Right. Oh, she's ready to go.
Hey, Emily says, let's get out of here, Mom.
I'm done.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Dr. Bashby.
Nice to see you.
You
Okay.
too. Let's go. She's been wonderful since the operation. I've noticed that it's a lot wider than it was. She seems to have better vision, like out of the sides now. Like before, when there was a movement to one side, she wouldn't look. Now she immediately turns, so it's obviously affected her vision a lot. And you're happy, aren't you? Are you pulling tongues at everybody?
Emily's eyelid operation has had an excellent outcome.
So I'm really, really happy with the result. I'm really happy.
The final reports on Amy's brain tumor are ready.
Hi, Amy. How are you? Hi, Mom. Nice to see you. Thanks. Welcome down again. And I've got good news. Two good pieces of news for you. The first is, and the most important, is the result of the pathology. Yeah. And I'm pleased to inform you that the tumor that Amy had is a benign tumor. It's not a cancer. And it's got a long name. It's called dysembryoplastic neuroepithelial tumor.
Okay.
The second good piece of news is the CAT scan from today looks great. Looks like that tumor is all removed.
Oh, good.
And we don't have to worry about that anymore. But no major headache now and no problems to speak?
Nothing now.
Great.
Nothing for a good 2 weeks.
Great.
Well, I was fine about 4 days after I got home.
Okay. Okay, Amy, all the best. All right, Mom. Good to see you. Okay, take care. All right.
Thanks for helping, Amy.
You're welcome. All right,
Okay,
see you.
bye.
Let's go home.
I'm really pleased with the news that the doctor gave us about Amy's tumor. And as soon as we get home and we figure out what that big long word was, we're going to go look it up and see so we can learn a little bit about it. But it's nice to know that it's all gone and hopefully it won't come back. I know her dad's going to be happy to hear the news too.
Amy sets off on the long drive home to Northern Ontario.
So I'm really happy to go home, and hopefully my next visit to Toronto won't be to go to the hospital.
Amy will have periodic checkups, but it appears her brain tumor is no longer a threat. Four weeks after her accident, Lindsey is back on the jungle gym. A visit to the emergency room has not made Lindsey any less of a daredevil. Two weeks after David's kidney transplant, he is ready to be discharged.
Okay, so you get to go. We were aiming for 2 weeks, so today's 2 weeks. We did pretty good. For the first little while, check his blood pressure, I would say 3 times a day, and write it down like you were doing before. Obviously, if you're feeling unwell, check it more often, okay? Dad's taking you home? Mom's getting the house set up? Is that what's happening? Okay. I bet you're very excited to go back home.
Yeah.
David will continue to be monitored for signs of organ rejection and for serious side effects that could result from his medications.
Thanks.
Although David is ready to go home, a transplant is a lifelong struggle.